Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Mind of a Madness podcast with myself and the wonderful Sean. There he is. Yeah, it's been a little while. It's been a month. My bad. I had some mental gymnastics that I was dealing with. I am standing up. I'm full of energy, so that's why we're standing up today. But it's been a bit of a hectic week. Bit of a hectic time for me, so I apologise to everyone for there not being a little podcast. Most of all to yourself, Sean, because you did try to get me to do it, and I was like, bruh, I am not in the space. So, he was fighting very hard, but it's better that we left it, because now I can be myself, and, I'm happy. Yeah. Last thing we want to do is do a podcast and force it. We've done that in the past, and well, didn't turn out great. So, but on that note, Sean, how have you been? You fucking try. I'll put that down. Ooh. Yeah. Yes. Life happens. Ooh, that's a nice word. I like that. Reinvigorating. Ooh. I thought of it myself. I'm just so woke. But no, fair enough. I'm glad that you've had a good time, man. I'm glad it's all been going well. Well, I won't go into details, of course, in the podcast, but bit of a shitty thing happened, but if anything, I'm surprised how quickly I'm managing to kind of get myself through every day, live moment by moment. I've gone back into a little bit of therapy, a little bit of counselling, a little bit of this and that, as I'll always promote. Not sponsored, no. As I'll always promote on the podcast, I think mental health is very important. So I think there's never a bad time for counselling. I think there's always something else to unravel and learn. So yeah, it's. I'll say this much: it ain't fucking cheap. It's so expensive, but that's the price we have to pay sometimes when you need a little bit of assistance. Yeah. Yeah. Apart from that one thing, it's been pretty good. Been hanging out with a lot of people, been going out a lot more, been doing a lot more stuff, got a new camera, so that's why I'm standing up. But you were talking to Stewie Griffin. You will pronounce it as the king. Whip. Yeah. No, it's been good, genuinely, and it's been nice because over the past couple of weeks, of course, me and you have hung out a tremendous amount behind the scenes, which has been very nice. It's been nice to hang out with you a bit more, and I've lot of fringe. But yeah, no, it's been really good. Got to go to the cinema for the first time. Went bankrupt after my cinema visit because, dear God, has it got expensive. We're going to get into that later. But, it's been good. It's been really nice. I've been very grateful for the people around me and keeping me in check and, making sure I'm alright. So, can't grumble. And got some stuff planned with Two-Way involving this podcast. Ooh. So, yeah, I'll be talking to you about that after the podcast because I can't do it on here. This is all stuff I'm literally not allowed to talk about yet, so that's how secretive it is. But yeah. No, it's more like because stuff might change and plans happen. This is why people don't always announce stuff straight away because stuff happens, man. Life happens, things get cancelled, So, but yeah, we might be having a special guest on the podcast very soon. Ooh, so it might. I know. What is this? But yeah. I know. But it's been a very, very good last week, I'd say. It's obviously been 2 weeks that this stuff has been going on, so first week was a bit rough, but now I'm doing better. Oh, Definitely. I won't be standing for this entire thing. Fuck that. But I just want to stand for the first bit. Making me nervous. I've been sitting down all day doing fucking paperwork and shit. So I wanna stand up for a bit. I wanna get that blood flow. Yeah. But yes. Let us go the news. Have I got anything? Yeah. He has. Yeah. Yeah. Age 60 as well, man. That's so young. Yeah. He's still. Yeah. He's still got like 7 big projects that are coming out as well, which is crazy. So it is very heartbreaking, especially since we've been watching Fringe and it's been hard. Missed him. just for him. That's literally it. Even if it's a terrible film, he will make the film great. Yeah. Yes, we can both talk about that. Yeah. Sam Neill, yeah, came out that he's got blood cancer, wasn't it? Oh my god, it's like everyone's just fucking. It's like we don't just get one death; it's like 100. It's like, what the fuck? Yeah. Yeah. Mm, definitely. Yeah. 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 And it's definitely odd. Yeah, it's weird, right? Because obviously with celebrities and stuff, we don't know them personally, but you kind of grow an attachment. It's kind of like the parasocial relationship, I guess, with people online or something. You know, like you kind of grow quite attached to these people and these celebrities, and especially when someone like Lance Reddick or Grady, people that were very charitable, people that were very down to earth and very, very human. They when they pass away, it does hit a little bit harder, I think, for the fans. And it's a bit poo because he was such a talented actor as well, and he was so, I don't know, he had such a presence on screen. I'm gonna check. Oh, no. Yeah. One of the cool things, I guess, that came from it though was wasn't there like a big thing on Destiny? Like everyone basically went up to Lance Reddick's character and kind of stood with him for an hour or two. That's crazy. Oh man. That's cool. Mm. Yeah, there's always gonna be a few dickheads. Oh, why? That's yeah, yeah, yeah. He is. As tragic of a situation as it is to lose someone like that, and so young, it definitely brought a community together, I think. So... yeah. But yeah, very, very sad. But we shall treasure his work as it is here. Same for Paul O'Grady, and hopefully Sam Neill, will be with us a very long time before, leukemia takes him. Which it fucking better not. I've lost enough for now. Yeah, be nice. You git. Be nice, you complete bastards. Mm. Mm. Oh, okay. I haven't seen this. I actually haven't seen this. Oh, right, yeah. Wasn't Harrison Ford the one that presented him with the award as well? Ah, that's sweet. That's very sweet. Yeah. 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 Yep. I don't know. Yeah. I think a lot of magazines like to stir the pot after something like that, which is very frustrating. But yeah, I just I mean, yeah. I mean, Brendan Fraser finally got one, didn't he? He won an Oscar, which is absolutely deserves it. He's worked fucking hard over his entire life, yeah. And that film, by the way, oh, best performance of his life. Probably, if not on par with The Mummy, better. Like, it was so good. Yeah, no. I think the Oscars, it's weird, right? Because ever since the Chris Rock Will Smith slap, it it feels like a lot of the Oscars has tried to kind of cater towards the nice, like, kind of the more down to earth people. So, I mean, yeah. You don't say. Mm. Mm. Hopefully. Hmm. Mm. Oh. Yeah. Russia, I think. Yeah, yeah. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, to be fair, I think it did come out that they did actually attack and damage the drone on purpose. The footage came out of it, and it's clearly obvious that the Russian jets were purposely trying to hit it. Um, and I mean, yeah, why am I not surprised? It's Russia. They're going to do everything they can to try and provoke a reaction, especially from the US, just to give them an excuse to throw a fucking bomb or whatever. So, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of disgusting. Like, I wish they'd just fuck off, but that's unfortunately not how it works. So I mean, yeah, it's shit. It's very stupid. Like, why bother trying to cause more problems? Like, you've already got one war on your hands. Why are you trying to invoke one of the most powerful nations in the world to throw at you? So yeah, it seems very irresponsible, very stupid, and just ignorant. But I mean, that describes Russian government. You'd have a way with words, Sean. You're much better at saying things than I am. But yes. Just a very few, but yes, sometimes. But, yeah. I don't have anything else other than that. Yeah, I'll be honest, I've kind of been out of the news loop, unfortunately. I mean, I kind of wish that I paid slightly more attention to it, because then I would have actually had something to sort of bring to it. But, I mean, yeah, no, I don't have anything. I guess... always the way. I mean, yeah, there is something we could talk about. I don't know if you've ever heard of Andrew Tate. We've not spoke about him really, I don't think, on the podcast. He's a prick. But he obviously got arrested, was being held in prison. Where was it? In Romania, I think. They were basically constantly getting 30 days added on because they were trying to prove that he was part of a trafficking system for women and things. And today he got released. He actually got released and everything. So, yeah, I mean, they're under house arrest still. But as far as I'm aware, no charges have been brought against them. They're kind of wiggling their way out of it, which is surprising to say the least. But, yeah, it's kind of annoying. No, he basically, what happened, as far as my knowledge goes on this anyway, is him and his brother Tristan were arrested basically for on suspicion of trafficking. So they had like a little business that they were running with women, and obviously, you know, trafficking the women or using them for sex and making money off of that stuff. So that's allegedly. So that's what they were being investigated for. But of course now being put into house arrest kind of... I don't think they've actually got any charges on them, despite him being an absolute piece of shit scumbag who spouts utter bullshit on the internet to like young boys to try and get them. Ooh, alpha, ooh. You know, I think it's hard to prove something like that, and clearly they haven't got enough evidence to prove it. So yeah, they were both released. Hopefully we'll get some more updates on that, and hopefully, you know, if they have done something as disgusting as human trafficking, they'll be locked up. Yeah, hopefully they'll be locked up. So, and we won't have to see his ugly mug anymore. He's a prick. Oh yeah, this thing. Yeah. Well, I don't know. He accused her of hitting him, didn't he? Like, whether it was skiing, but... Oh, right, okay, yeah. Yeah, not a shock. She only countersued for £1 or dollar, wasn't it? Yeah, I think she said that she didn't want to bankrupt him. She didn't want like a load of money. She just wanted to for people to understand that, yeah, yeah. Like, I'm not trying to get money. I'm just trying to show a point of like, if you're gonna sue someone, you know, at least make sure you're doing it properly, because you will lose. I don't personally like Gwyneth Paltrow, but yeah. Yeah. I mean, she's had a lot of controversy around kind of her company Goop. I don't know if you've heard of them, kind of, you know, selling her vagina scent. Yeah, and stuff, and it's very weird. There's been a lot of videos on YouTube that have been made of it, and kind of documentaries. I think even they had like a thing on Netflix or something for a while. I don't know. But it's very cultish. At least in my opinion. I'm not saying it is a cult, just my opinion. It looks very cultish, and it's not very... I don't know. It seems very impractical. Like, I don't know if this is true. Like, from what I've seen, it's kind of like they try to steer people away from actual medicine, just focus on herbs, even if it's dangerous. You know, things like that, like spiritual healing and stuff. And I agree. I think all of that stuff is a good thing to try if you want to, and if you're interested, that's cool. But forcing people into... Yeah, and and I don't know if it's just a case of she's got a bad rep, but I feel like she's not a very well liked person in the industry anymore, I don't think. At least as far as I've seen. I could be completely wrong about that, but I've seen a lot of sort of nasty stories about her not being very nice, not being easy to work with, kind of very up her own arse. But I mean, yeah. As for the case, the suit that she had, I mean, if she was in the right, absolutely, I guess she had the right to fight her case and say, look, it's not my fault. You can't fucking go in a straight line. So, and I think there are a lot of opportunistic people out there that like to sue rich people to try and make a lot of money very quickly. So, yeah. Yeah, I mean, look, my opinion on it is I don't personally like Gwyneth Paltrow. I don't think she's a very nice human, but I do think she had the right to stand up for herself, especially if she wasn't in the wrong. Yeah, especially if she did nothing wrong and this person's just trying to exploit her for her money. Like, that's makes you no better than, scumbags. So, yeah. 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 Hopefully not. Damn. A bit slapped. Yeah. Well, yeah. Don't be ignorant. Yeah. Make sure you're in the right. Yes, definitely. Not that I've got for news, unfortunately. We're a little light. Let's move on to games, shall we? Let's move on to some games. I mean, yeah. What have you been doing, good sir? What have you been playing? Yeah, yeah. Yes, we've been having lots of fun. Lots of silly stuff. Lots of silly stuff, but that makes it better, man. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Fucking Muller Bros. Fucking children outside running around screaming, "Shut up!" God. Trying to do a podcast. Well. Yep, there was new stuff added. Oh, okay. Fair. Oh. It's slightly later. But yeah. 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 Yeah, yeah. We did call it. Yeah. Yeah. Mm. Mm. Yeah. There was hold on then, let's have a look at that. Extra Games March. 3023. What? Oh, that's see, I've had that game for so long. I need to actually fucking play it. Uncharted Legacy of Thieves. They just took that off the collection. That's all. The fuck. Yeah, Life is Strange: True Colors, that was added, and Life is Strange 2. Yeah, it's been a long time since I played the first one. But yeah, no, Life is Strange 2, True Colors. Obviously, I haven't got extra anymore, so at least for now, I am weaning myself off it for a little bit to get some other stuff done. But yeah, Untitled Goose Game, Final Fantasy Type O, Rage 2, Neo the World's End with You, Haven. Yeah, they were the ones that were added for sort of extra. There were a couple of classics like Ape Academy 2, Ridge Racer, Type 4, and Siphon Filter Dark Mirror. So, a couple of new ones added there. So, not bad. Yes. And of course, something we can talk about is the PS Plus games that are coming out this month. Sorry. Yeah, it's a fairly surprisingly good lineup. It's all PS5 versions as well as PS4, which is always welcome. We've got a day one release. So we got Meet Your Maker. That's a day one release that's actually coming out. That does look very good. As you called it a couple of weeks back, Sackboy, A Big Adventure. That's actually coming out now on Plus. So yeah. Yeah. But I think that's a good call for PlayStation to do. I definitely think it's a good one to put out there for free. Ooh, hopefully. Yeah, that would be good. Although, isn't that on... No, that's just a trial, I think. I think it's on Premium, yeah, for the trial. And then I believe it's called Tales of Iron, which is like a hand-drawn RPG game, kind of the same thing as Darkest Dungeons, I believe. So, yeah, a pretty good lineup, considering. So, quite surprising, but, I mean, not going to complain. Yeah. 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 Keep going this way. I mean, they've got to do something, right? Because they've been right arseholes to Microsoft and the deal and everything with Activision. So they've not looked great in that corner, to be honest. So yeah. Yeah. I mean, as long as Sony don't fuck it up for us, we're good. we're fine with it. Yeah, just that's what we need next. CEOs boxing in a ring. We've had influencer boxing. Now we must have CEO boxing. Oh God, can you imagine? Oh, that would be awful. But yeah, so I mean, great lineup. Keep it going, Sony. But stop being so fucking childish when it comes to acquisitions. Like, it makes you look fucking dumb. So try and move off it. It has, yeah. It's come out. I've not played it myself, but I have been watching. I've looked at a bit of gameplay for it and stuff, and Resident Evil 4 is kind of one of my childhood favourites. It looks fucking brilliant. It looks absolutely beautiful. They've done a cracking job with it. There are a few things that I'm kind of a bit like, mainly the merchant. He's nowhere near as iconic as he was back then, but I guess that's kind of a steeple for the time. But yeah, no, the game itself looks really pretty. It looks very well done. Yeah, I mean, if Capcom keep going this direction, I mean, I hope they do remake 5 and maybe even 6, despite 6 being a complete piece of shit. It'd be interesting to see what it would be like if they upgraded it in this engine and everything. So, yeah. I mean, it's easy money, isn't it? Yeah. Definitely, yeah. God, there's been quite a few. Can you tell that we're slightly behind this this week? Yeah. This is why we do it every 2 weeks normally, because it's hard to stay. There's a lot of stuff happens all at once, so it's tricky to sort of stay on top of it. I guess there was some news about Starfield that finally got a release date. Bethesda's Starfield. That's coming out in September, I believe. They finally gave it a release date. Apparently, though, according to some sources in Bethesda, the game is not in a good way. I mean, it's Bethesda, so what did they expect? But I mean, it's sort of very broken still. It's not functioning properly. And I also don't think it's coming to PlayStation either. I think it's going to be an Xbox exclusive for a while, which, again, I get it. You know, they've been bought up by Microsoft, so that's to be expected. But, yeah, still a bit crap. Yeah, it just let's hope it just works. There was the Outer Worlds, fucking Worlds, James. That game got a sort of next gen upgrade, but that went down like a sack of shit. Apparently, the game ran even worse. It looked even worse. It was basically just the same thing that we've kind of seen quite a few times now from sort of game companies, and yeah, it's not great. Yeah. Well, yeah. If you're not going to do it properly, don't bother doing it. I guess that's kind of the result. Mm. Yeah. But then they fixed it. But yeah. Finally. Yeah, no. Not the greatest reaction to have. Something we could also talk about. The Last of Us 1. That got a PC port. And got absolutely railed. People are very unhappy. Apparently not for the game itself. The game is great, but its optimization and stuff. Apparently it's awful. It crashes constantly. There's loads of problems. However, just to throw this out there, if you look on Steam and it's like mostly negative, a lot of the negative reviews have been changed, and I don't think a lot of outlets are actually looking at this. But it's sort of the long lines of, oh, when I let the shaders load and stuff, the game worked fine. Yes, you fucking plum. You should let the game load everything up first before starting it. Maybe that is an oversight on Naughty Dog's part, but yeah, basically, yeah. And I don't think it's a very fair representation. I mean, yes, it did need a bit of optimization. That's fair. But it wasn't as bad as I think people were making out to be. Not because, the game wasn't crashing, but because people were being stupid. On PC, one of the things the PC has is it has to load in all the shaders and load everything in sometimes with games so they run properly. And I get it, no one wants to wait an hour for shaders to load, that is abhorrent. But if that's what you have to do to make the game run, Naughty Dog, you probably should have made that a fundamental thing before someone could start the game. Bit of an oversight, guys. Like, you're so good at making games well, and you fucked this up. Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, maybe it was just a one hiccup that hopefully won't ever happen again with PC ports. But yeah, kind of it's not uncommon apparently for PC port games to be kind of shoddy. I mean, Arkham Knight was probably one of the worst when it came out. But yeah, we'll see where that goes. But have you been playing anything else, good sir? Or fair enough. Oh, yeah, I get you. Well, I mean, I've played a few. Deliver Us the Moon, that's on Extra. So when I started Extra, I was playing that. That's quite good. I do recommend people go and play that if you've got PlayStation Extra. It's actually a very fun kind of game, learning about it and everything. The story's pretty good. Went back through to play Resident Evil 7. That's been cool because I had a next-gen update. So I was like, I'll test that out. That's been fun. House Flipper, because it's my stress reliever. And then obviously, like, that's pretty much it. I haven't done a lot of gaming over the last couple of weeks. It's been pretty quiet. But, yeah. Yeah. Well, one more thing that I do have we could talk about gaming-wise. E3. So, yeah, E3 was cancelled for the first time since COVID. Basically, it got cancelled. Everyone pulled out, Sony are doing their own thing, Microsoft did their own thing, Nintendo did their own thing, so it just became impossible. So I think that's it now. I think E3 won't be a thing anymore. I think it's over. So yeah. Mm. It's a piece of history. Oh, yeah. Well, I think, yeah, it's also that thing of like, if we do our own show, it's all about us. So we don't have to sort of fight for that limelight. It's just about us. So, yeah. Mm. Definitely. It is, yeah. Yes, but it was fun while you were around. But now you are gone. Um, yeah. Pretty shocking. But there we are. Well, I hope so. every time we say that, we'll get through this super quick. So yeah, let's move on to films and things of the sort. So I guess we'll both start off on the big one then. We've both obviously seen John Wick 4. Can I just say, oh, beautiful. Very good. Excellent. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Also, spoilers, because there's just no way to talk about this film and not talk about spoilers, so skip forward if you don't want to learn about John Wick. But, yeah, so, because this is a film I want to talk about in depth a bit, because obviously you had seen it a day before I did, so you didn't give away anything, you were very good. But there was a bit of a joke thing that we both said that ended up being true. What did we think of the ending? Gospel. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Keanu's in his 50s, man. He's been doing this for 10 years. He needs a break. Oh, fucking Jesus. Crazy. Yeah. No, absolutely not. Yeah. I mean, it definitely it upped the bar. It upped it. It was great. I think it was a bit crazy. Kind of how well I say how little dialogue John Wick actually had. Like that was pretty mental. I think he had 380 words in total. Yeah, no, it was good. It was really really good. The action sequences definitely were stepped up a bit, and it was incredible to see Keanu doing all this stuff with nunchucks and all the sorts like dunk dunk dunk. Yeah, it's like Jesus. And I think it was cool as well because there's such long takes, man, and like you actually see him at the end of some of them out of breath, knackered. Yeah, it was very good. Very cool to see Scott Adkins finally get to tussle with Keanu, even if he wasn't in an enormous fat suit. But yeah, yeah. Man is fucking skilled. He knew how to fight in a big suit as well, so it was pretty crazy. His death was definitely fucking that was rough. Why don't you just die and dunk overboard? Fucking brilliant. Oh fucking. It's nice to see him getting more. Yeah, he's such a good martial artist, and like the films he's been in aren't very known in the Western sort of hemisphere. So like, it's awesome to kind of see such a talented actor and martial artist get represented in this way. He always plays blind men though in Western films. I notice in Rogue One he was blind. Like, I mean, yeah, he was fucking no, he was phenomenal. Like the action sequences in it are again top notch. You're not going to see if you want amazing action sequences that are very much kind of on that Japanese Chinese kind of martial arts end film. Definitely watch John Wick. They absolutely represent that in every film, and it just got better and better. Oh God, yeah, Jesus, it was absolutely crazy. And again, great actors, great little cast they had going. I think Bill Skarsgård got a lot of shit in this film. I don't think he kind of got enough to kind of show off his talents, and it was kind of like the generic, I'm evil villain, and then kind of his comeuppance at the end is very. It's cool, and I liked it, but I definitely think he was definitely, yeah, he was the weakest out of the entire film. He was by far the weakest. Mm. Yeah. Oh, that was fantastic. He was so good. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that was a good moment as well, because it was like he could have killed him or saved the dog. It was like, oh, yeah. 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 I mean, yeah, but I get it. If it's not your type of film, then yeah, of course you're not going to enjoy it. Yeah, lots of action, but that's more of a drive. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I think the thing is, yeah, it's very difficult, especially if you've only seen the first one and then you kind of go into four. That's just John Wick. He's a man of very few words, a man of a lot of action. But yeah, I can see why that wouldn't maybe be. I mean, even I was quite shocked at how little. Like he said, like, don't get me wrong, I get it. It's John Wick, and I had no problem with it. But I can see why some people might be like, well, he's the main character. Why is he barely speaking? It's like, well, that's just John Wick. He just says, "Give me a gun," or something like that. So it's very, very. Mm, 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 mm. I think the thing is as well, Western audiences aren't kind of used to this kind of action and stuff, like very long open takes. They're used to fast-paced cuts and constantly, and whereas this is a much more kind of stylized and respectful way to show off the hard work. So, yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. Oh my God, that was so good. It was so talented, just incredible. Mm. I definitely think there was one scene that if I had to criticize one thing in the film, it would be the fight that they had on the road underneath the oh, what's it called? What's that monument called? Yes, I do think that was a bit, I don't know, over the top. I think don't get me wrong, I loved it. It was fucking amazing, but I do think that section kind of went on so long that it kind of moved out of, because John Wick is very much it's not grounded in reality, but it's reality enough that you could believe someone could be like that, especially with him doing all the fighting and stuff. The sheer amount of cars, the fact there were no crashes, or there were crashes and then cars would just disappear, they suddenly weren't in the scene, it was very sort of, oh, that's kind of pulled me out of it a bit. Not so I didn't enjoy it or think it was awesome, but I just think that was a bit too long of a fight section. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, definitely, yeah. It was definitely amazing. Yeah. Absolutely. Like the choreography, like people getting hit by a stuff. Obviously not actual cast, but like having wire work to make all that look real and effective and stuff. But I think that's the thing, you know. And then obviously you've got stairs. Like yeah. I think I think it's very much kind of that thing of, I think with this one, they like with 1, 2 and 3 with John Wick, I feel like they had enough reality that, oh, he's injured but he could still carry on. With this film, I think there were a few parts where you're like, okay, no, even John Wick, if he got like that happened, he wouldn't be getting up. But I mean, you kind of forgive it because it's like, oh, it's John Wick 4. Like we'll let it happen. Yeah, it's just. Yeah, if you're going from 1 to 4, no wonder you were like, Jesus Christ. Yeah. But I mean, yeah, it was very well shot, very well done, great acting. Of course, Lance Reddick did a fantastic job in his role, was cut short. Yeah. Ian McShane still did a great job as Winston, but I do think I don't know, it's one of those things because he's always been quite a mysterious character, right? Like you'd think he's clearly connected to the High Table in a very serious way, hence him being forgiven and stuff so often. But you also have that kind of disbelief in how he treats, you know, like John, obviously, like a kid, but obviously he shot him off a roof. So, and then obviously he sees John again and he's talking about revenge and stuff, and it's very much, you learn Winston is not there for anybody but himself. And, you know, yeah, so you learn very quickly he's not actually a good guy. Yeah. But it's definitely, yeah, I definitely think this was probably his weakest performance in this one. Not because Ian didn't do a great job, but just simply, I think, because... Yeah, the material he was given... I think this one took the most liberties, and I think that's because, obviously, they've set it up to be the fourth and final one of John Wick, officially. Obviously, there's a prequel series that's being made, which I'm very excited for. Hopefully it'll be very good. But, yeah, I think this one definitely had the weakest kind of dialogue and storylines, because... It's number 4, man. You know why you're coming to see a John Wick film. Like, you know, if it's got the fighting and the action, the campiness is fine, you know, like Scott Adkins with the silly accent and over-the-top accent and stuff. Probably not silly, but... Yeah. Yeah, and I think he did a great job as well, considering, you know, he's very well known for his martial arts and stuff, and he was willing to take on them all. Yeah. So you want to kill him. You want to kill him, and I want to kill him. We have got a dilemma. Yeah, it's very good. He did a very good job, and I think that's the main thing about it. Is John Wick 1, 2 and 3, you can kind of, it's all sort of set in enough reality that you can believe it. I think with John Wick 4, it's kind of like a big bang of, you know, out, here we go, here's everything we've got for you guys to just have fun and enjoy. An action-packed, nearly 3-hour film of just fight, and it's absolutely fantastic at it. But if you're going in it for the story, you're going to be disappointed, because it's not really about the story. Yeah, it's more about just enjoying John Wick being John Wick. Like, that's it. So yeah, definitely. Can I just say, fuck me, the Odeon near me. That is ridiculous. 35 quid for 2 tickets. Bruh. Trying to fucking banknote me. Don't get me wrong, the seats were lovely. Recliners and stuff, I approve of it. I'm not paying that again. I'm not doing that again. It's like, fucking Christ, it was so expensive. It hurt. Yeah. Sorry for some. But yeah, very good. I loved it. Very good. Oh, King Jesus. I think the fucking food came to like 25 quid as well. It was ridiculous. Worth it though. Yeah. Yeah. Go on. Oh, yes. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I know when we watched it, it was like, yeah. Mm. Yeah. Mm. Mm. Yeah. Zombie Scream. Mm. Yeah. That's fair. Mm. Mm. Yeah. Mm. Mm. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. I'm definitely looking forward to watching it because it does look very, very good. There was, I obviously don't want any spoilers, but there was one character, obviously, portrayed by the man that played Shaggy. I am hoping he has at least a tiny appearance, if not a cameo, but I mean, I have heard that he's not in it, so that's kind of disappointing, but yeah. Yeah, he's never been confirmed. Yeah, yeah. No, no spoilers, no spoilers. But yeah. Mm. Yeah, yeah. She's been around, man. She's been around. Mm. Mm. Yeah, yeah. I think that's kind of the problem that Scream 5 had was that not only did it feel very lackluster, but it kind of felt like a lot of them didn't want to be there. They kind of just showed up to get not just get a paycheck, but like, okay, I've been called back. I don't have a huge part in this film, so sure. Like so, I didn't hate Scream 5. I know when we watched it, it was good. I enjoyed it, but I think there were a lot of points where I was kind of like, this doesn't really do it for me. Like I'd rather go back and watch Scream 1. But yeah. 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 Mm. Oh, 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 oh. All right then. Yeah. Fair, fair. I'll definitely have to take a look at it then. We'll watch it at some point. It'll come out soon enough. Yeah, probably. Mm. But yes. Well, I watched Beast, starring Idris Elba. It was very good, actually. Yeah, it's really good, Beast. It was kind of I kind of thought it was going to be that cliche thing of So if you don't know what Beast is, it's kind of this family basically goes to Africa, I believe it is, and they're sort of looking at nature and seeing these different lions and stuff. And basically, one tiger goes a bit rogue. He lost all his pride. He was killed by sort of hunters, and he's kind of just going ham on humans. So yeah, there's a really brutal scene at the end with Idris and that tiger. So I won't spoil anything because it's hard to watch. Like, it is really hard. Even though it's mostly CG, you're like, oh Christ, Jesus, stop, please. Man's had enough. Like, we don't need this. Oh, it's worse. It's rough. It's rough. But I mean, it's very good. Yeah, it's less. Well, I guess there was a lot of CG in kind of that, wasn't there? The Revenant, but yeah, no. This one was kind of, it was fun, like you could see it was CG, but the way it was done, it's like, oh boy, and it just keeps going, and you're like, oh, there's more, oh my God, please, Jesus Christ, give this man fucking hell, God damn, he's dead, leave him. But yeah, it's done very well, and it's filmed extremely well as well, which obviously helps. Yeah, I would recommend that film, definitely, if people haven't seen it. It's been a while since I've watched that. Mm. Mm. Yeah. I know. Yeah, Torchwood was fucking brilliant. Ah, fair. Ooh, excuse me. Ugh. God. How can you enjoy that? This is where me and you differ. Ah, yes, the great scene of Dexter wanking outside someone's fucking house. Yeah. I mean, I think I watched like half of season 1 of You when I had Netflix. I think that was it. I mean, yeah, it's not for everyone. I get it. Like, that's fine. But yeah, I don't know if I could. If I could sit there and watch it. It's just uncomfortable. I don't know. It's just uncomfortable. I don't like it. There's like 4 seasons. I'm like, who the fuck? This is another thing. It's like, who the fuck wouldn't have curtains? Like, oh. Oh, I know. It is pretty. I mean, yeah. I mean, look, not shitting on anyone that enjoys it. More power to you. It just wasn't my thing. But yeah, no. If you're enjoying it, that's great, because I know it's you're watching it with Robin, aren't you? Yeah. Mm. Oh, so good. Good. Oh, you've still got a bit to go then. A little bit. Mm. Yeah. Yes. Coffee. Yeah, they have to have coffee. That is their thing. Yeah, just don't puke and you be good. Yeah, no, fair enough. Fair enough. I watched something on BBC. It was called the the Goes Wrong show. So the premise is that basically it's kind of like living by that standard of the show must go on regardless of what happens, and that's where the comedy comes in. So obviously, you know, everything keeps going wrong, people forget their lines, things mess up. It's very, very funny. I'll have to show you it at some point. No, it's written, designed to, like, everything goes wrong and stuff. So it's all scripted and it is done like that, but it's done in front of a live audience, and it's done in such a way that it's very hard to tell if it's if it's not fake or not. So it's very, very good, and it's very funny, and it's definitely a short watch as well. It's not very long, like they're only half-an-hour episodes. So I'll have to show you it after. It does come across like that sometimes when you're watching it. You're like, I can't actually tell if that's genuinely like a fuck up or if that's just normal. So definitely, yeah, definitely, it's very good. I do recommend it. Copyright it. Do it. Do it. Ooh, you want to patent that. Well, we could also talk about Fringe, because now we are on the final season. So we've just finished season 4, and I'll be honest, my heart hurts. I've just come out of a shit thing. Can I not just? I just want happiness. That's all I want for a bit. But no, it's very good. It's very, very good. Yeah. No. Yeah. I know, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's crazy. Also, just to add in the fact that obviously they had to like squeeze the last series down, like they so far so good. Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely a shame. Yeah. I mean, it definitely works when you're thinking from the perspective of, right, okay, they didn't really have 2 seasons to flesh this story bar out, so understandably they're kind of smushing it in. So stuff goes a bit quicker, but it's still good. Mm. Mm. Yeah, big old film. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I definitely think they did a good season 4 was fantastic. It was brilliant. It was I really, really enjoyed it, and I think season 5 I'm still loving every second. I think the way you have to look at it is kind of like at the time, I guess, when it was being released, people probably weren't fully aware of kind of all the shit they had to put up with to make it happen. So I think when you look back on it in that sense of like, well, they were forced to cut 2 seasons worth and then had to half the amount of episodes for the last season. Yeah, I can see why it feels rushed. Like, and just because it feels rushed doesn't mean it's not good. It's done very, very well. Again, the acting is incredibly well done. I mean, John Noble is just a standout as Walter. Like, it's just crazy how good he is. Yeah, absolutely, and he's really, really good at it. He's astonishingly good. So now we have to quit them. Yeah. Oh, just that line, goosebumps. It's just like, ooh, oh, it's done well. So yeah. No, we're still going through season 5, so be sure. Be sure we will be talking about that when it's over. But yeah, very good. Enjoying it. Oh, right. Crazed, over the top man. Mm. Yeah. It didn't capture the amusement that you wanted. Yeah. Yeah. Mm. Yes, yes, of course. You must vibrate on the same frequency. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, very good, very good. What do you think? That has just become a dead section for this now. Not because we don't want to, just because no. I'll tell you something I would. Well, the thing is, I haven't had many suggestions of people, and to be fair, a lot of the times, when it comes to suggestions, I think what we found with this as well is that those suggestions kind of come up in either film, gaming, or just news in general, so we just throw them into those sections, because it makes more sense. It's more condensed, it's easier to get through, and, you know, we're not going to get lost on a trail, like, later, so, but yeah. Well, if that is all, good sir, I think that is the podcast, so, yeah. Yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. If you have enjoyed it, thank you, and please leave a like and comment something, anything. Yeah, so yeah, great times. It's been a while since I've yeah, I mean, yes, of course, and we have got a massive catalogue. I'm slowly porting them over to Spotify. Again, unfortunately, I don't think all the episodes are going to go up, but I think the majority of them will. So if you want to check them out on Spotify, you can now as well. But yeah. Yes. Except when I'm standing up and exerting energy. But yeah, no, thank you to everyone for watching. Thank you for your patience, of course, for the last 2 weeks as well. Obviously, this one's a little late, but we'll see you again in 2 weeks' time for the next podcast that we do, which will be in 2 weeks' time. So, also, like I said, might be a little bonus one, you never know. So, ooh. But yeah, thank you all watching. Much love to your face. Thank you, Sean, for joining me as always. And we shall see you in the next one. Ta-ta!